Hello guys, welcome back to Tactical Forward, and today we want to actually analyze the Crystal Palace game as well as analyzing how Manchester United can be able to play through against West Ham tomorrow on Thursday at Old Trafford. So guys, first of all, before we start analyzing the West Ham game and start to predict the lineup for the West Ham game, let's actually talk about what happened particularly in the first half. So first of all, if you want to look at the Crystal Palace game, in the first half, you're going to find out that Manchester United didn't lose the first half because of tactics. We didn't actually lose because Ruben Amorim didn't set up the team well. We actually lose because of the efforts of the players. You can see that I've been seeing again and again in tactical that for a coach system or tactics to be able to work in a particular team, I think there have to be some sort of effort from the team. There has to be some effort from the players to actually want to be at that football club and be able to play their heart out for that football club. And you're going to find out that in the first half in the Crystal Palace game, our energy levels was nowhere near. If you look at the clips I'm going to be showing you, you're going to find out that Manchester United was very open. They were not tracking back Casemiro and Bemo. All the players, defensive players, they were not really holding their man. They weren't playing where they were giving Crystal Palace a lot of opportunities on the ball. You could see that most of the time, even when Bruno Fernandes can press high, he might not be able to return back effectively. So Manchester United were actually struggling, not because of the tactics, but because of the way Manchester United approached the game. It was really, really bad because Manchester United couldn't, the energy levels of the team was so bad. We couldn't press high. We couldn't, mark. We couldn't play the way that Manchester United was supposed to play. And also, if you're looking at the second half, you're going to find out that after the break, Manchester United was a completely different team. You're going to find out that in the first half, Dachi Kamada, Adam Wharton, they were having a lot of time in the ball. You could see that Wharton, at some point, he had almost 4 touches and nobody was even close to him. That tells you how much Manchester United was bad in the first half. Manchester United was giving a lot of space to the midfielders of Crystal Palace. You could see multiple times Adam Wharton was roaming. He was playing freely without anybody marking. He was creating a lot of chances. So, but in the second half, you're going to find out that Manchester United, in terms of our energy levels and in terms of how we approached the game, it was a completely different game from the first half. Manchester United was striking. Brian Mbeumo, Luke Shaw was one of the standard players because he was everywhere. Luke Shaw was constantly following his man. He was constantly pressing high. He was constantly also returning during counter attacks to make sliding tackles. He was absolutely everywhere in the team. Luke Shaw was one of the standard players. He was a player that was even going out of position just to make sure that he marks the ball, just to make sure that he was doing everything perfectly well. So if you look at also the performance of other players like Bruno Fernandes, you could see Amad Diallo, you could see that the energy levels in the team was actually up. Manchester United was playing well with the tracking. We're trying to limit that spaces that Adam Wharton, Kamada, and other Crystal Palace players had in the middle of the park. And you could see that Manchester United, of course, that in the build-up phase in the second half, Manchester United, of course, the two central backs are going to split wide, and then Manchester United is going to try to go direct or try to play through the middle. But one of the issues Manchester United was having in that game was that we couldn't play through the back because Crystal Palace, they don't want to press. They want to occupy the middle of the pitch. They want to, be many as possible in the middle of the pitch. So that when Manchester United plays side, of course, Yeremi Pino and Ismail Assar are going to press and force Manchester United to go wide. And if you actually go long, they are actually going to, crowd us in the middle of the park and they are going to win the ball and they are going to play Manchester United. So what Ruben Amorim did for majority of that game was that when the ball is given to Luke Shaw, instead of Manchester United to actually, play through the middle and try to win the second balls in the middle of the park, what Manchester United did was that Manchester United was targeting the right side of the pitch. I think the part where Munoz and Chris Chado was. So Manchester United was looking to, play that ball in the right side of the pitch, and then Manchester United is going to try to win those second balls, and then we are going to try to counter as much as possible. And Manchester United did it many times in that game. Once the ball is given to Luke Shaw from Lehmann, Luke Shaw is looking to, play that long pass and trying to win those second balls, and Manchester United is going to counter. And you could see that's how the first goal, I think the second goal of Manchester United came from the second ball, and then there was a foul on the Budalot, and then Mason Mount actually scored the winning goal for Manchester United. So guys, let's actually try to analyze the West Ham game. You could see that Ruben Amorim is beginning to be, a little bit flexible most of the times, and also the lineup was wonderful. Manchester United, it was as expected for Manchester United to use that lineup against Crystal Palace. But you're going to find out that one of our standard performance since last year, which is Lenny Euro. He's been on a roller coaster. He has not really been on that form, and of course, we know that what Lenny Euro can be able to do in the future. But I think in the West Ham game, in terms of goalkeeper, of course, Lemans is going to be in goal. In the right central back, when Mazraoui came on in the Crystal Palace game, he was wonderful. You could see that right central back row and the right back is actually the position that Musaim Mazraoui can be able to play, because he can be able to cover that white spaces and also help attacking wise. So of course, Manchester United should be able to go with Musaim Mazraoui in the right central back, giving Lenny Euro a rest. Delete, of course, central back. Look sure has been great from so he puts his spot. Then it gets to the midfield position. I feel that there should be some kind of changes in the midfield position, because Manchester United is going to be playing every 3 days, I think, till the turn of the year. So Manchester United should be able to utilize changes like bringing in players like Kobe Mino and other players from Manchester United. So I feel in the middle of the pack, at least I feel Kobe Mino should be able to get into the starting 11. But if I want to be really realistic, I still feel that Ruben Amorim is going to go with Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes. And then in the wing back position, Dalot was not bad against Palace, so of course he retains his spot. Amad Diallo is going to retain his spot also in the right wing back position. And then going over to the attack, big breaking news: Matthias Cunha has returned back for Manchester United in training Wednesday morning. So I know that he's definitely not going to start, because of course he had a head injury last week in training. So Matthias Cunha is of course not going to start. So I feel Manchester United is also going to go with Mason Mount, Zezi, and Brian Mbeumo in the fourth position. So guys, this is my predicted lineup for the West Ham game against Manchester United tomorrow. So I want you guys to give me your thoughts on the comment section. I want you guys to give me your preferred lineup and also your thoughts about the Crystal Palace game. I want you guys to like, to share, to subscribe to that Coach for that small videos will be coming on that Coach. So see you guys in my next video.